There will be no second debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. The commission has canceled the debate after Donald Trump said he would not do a virtual debate. And I got to say, Donald Trump was right to refuse. Now, of course, the Commission on Presidential Debate says that everything would be fine because there will be press on scene, making sure that Joe Biden isn't cheating or using prompters or anything like that. Now, my only response to that is, you expect any of us to trust the press? Your second debate moderator was tweeting Anthony Scaramucci for advice. Anthony Scaramucci was a communications director for Trump for like 10 days, and since then has become one of the staunchest anti-Trump critics. Why would a debate moderator ask that guy for advice? I know it wasn't I don't think it was the craziest story in the world. What was crazy is that the seemingly innocuous tweet prompted him to I was hacked, he claimed. He claims he was hacked several times now. Now, the debate moderators are absolutely biased. And now the third debate moderator, get this, has deactivated her Twitter account entirely. And many people are now angry, wanting to know what she was tweeting about and why she would delete her account or deactivate it. I'm sorry, it still technically exists. Maybe it'll come back. I'm sorry, it's because the whole thing is rigged. I want to make sure I clarify this right in the beginning of this segment. A lot of people thought that the VP debate was fine, that the moderator did a good job calling out Kamala Harris and Joe Biden on the Green New Deal. But did they ask about Antifa, 133 days of violent rioting? Did they ask Kamala Harris about her solicitation for donations for rioters? No. Did they ask about Joe Biden spying? No, because they want to feign objectivity. But what they really do is pretend to be objective and then refuse to talk about things that are actually important to a lot of people in this country, notably Obamagate and the Russiagate scandal. What caused all of this? Why did we deal with it? The moderators aren't giving us that. So why then is this third debate moderator deleting her account? Deactivating, sorry, want to be very specific. I don't know, but I have archives I've pulled up. And I think there may be some kind of stupid reasons. I'll tell you this on the surface. I've gone through her archive of her tweets, and I don't really see anything shocking other than she was a part of the Clinton press corps. And that may be unethical. She was on the Clinton press corps. She's very close to the Clinton administration. Thus, with Clinton and parts of the Obama Biden administration. So maybe that's too much, but let's read the story about them canceling the debate. And I want to point something out. Donald Trump does need the debate. He does. He needs to let Joe Biden speak and speak a lot because Joe Biden keeps lying. You know what's really crazy to me is during the second debate, I saw people saying of Mike Pence, "You're gaslighting us. You're gaslighting us, Mike Pence," because he said that Donald Trump never said the very fine people hoax. The fine people, Nazis and all this stuff. Donald Trump said the white nationalists and Nazis should be condemned totally. It's a quote. Go look it up. These people were claiming that Mike Pence was lying. And I'm like, did you even bother to Google search it? That's the craziest thing to me. So you end up with these people believing the lies. Okay, so maybe it's bad, I guess, if Joe Biden speaks, but someone needs to call him out. So Trump does need the debate. Here's the problem. They were claiming that the debate commission came out when Donald Trump said he wouldn't do a virtual debate. And they said it's not going to be like a computer thing. He could do it from the Oval Office. There will be press and there will be, commission and people there. Dude, come on, man. They're going to have some people there with Biden and they're going to have like an earpiece. They could do a ton of things to help Biden through this. And the journalists aren't going to rat him out because they're biased. We know they are. We know they lie. They view Trump as an aberration, as an abomination, as a problem, not as a duly elected president. Here's the news from CNN. The Commission on Presidential Debates on Friday canceled the second debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden after the president declined to do a virtual debate, despite concerns over his COVID-19 diagnosis. I do think it's fair to have concerns over Trump's COVID diagnosis, but I got to tell you, it's really easy to deal with that. I mean, come on. They put plexiglass between Kamala and Pence, and neither of them are sick. So I'll tell you what you do. It's really simple. You get a big like plastic tube, and you make Trump walk from the exit straight into it wearing a mask, and then he stands at the podium and he's surrounded by plexiglass. I mean, they could do things to make it in person. The fact that they wouldn't even bother with normal procedure and instead jump to a virtual debate, it's a red flag for me. Because you got to think about what happened at the last debate. They didn't follow proper procedure. They said, well, Trump got here too late, so we didn't test him. That's no excuse for abandoning proper safety protocol. That's on you, not Trump. If Trump showed up late and you were like, yo, you're too late, we told you to get here at this time, then you canceled the debate. You postpone it. You say, we're going to postpone it tomorrow. No, they wanted their ratings. They wanted their show. They wanted their 80 million viewers. I think it was like 75. And thus, well, people got sick, I guess. And maybe it was Trump who got sick. They're trying to claim it was the Amy Coney Barrett event, but 11 people got sick at the debate. That's their fault, not Trump's fault. The cancellation is the culmination of a furious 48-hour back and forth between the commission and both campaigns, and means what would have been the third debate in Nashville on October 22nd will likely be the final meeting between the two candidates. The Wall Street Journal was first to report on the commission's decision. It is now apparent there will be no debate on October 15th, and the CPD will turn its attention to preparations for the final presidential debate scheduled for October 22nd, the commission said in a statement. The commission, with the backing of their health advisors, announced on Thursday morning that because Trump tested positive for the coronavirus, the debate that was scheduled for Miami would be held virtually, with the two candidates appearing from remote locations. Trump swiftly rejected that plan, saying he would not show up and setting off a series of events that put the future of the general election debates into question. I love this part. He would not show up. It's a remote debate, dude. CNN, come on, what are you doing? But I'm sorry. I think Trump was actually absolutely correct to make that call. In response to Trump's cancellation, a Biden spokeswoman swiftly said that they would have agreed to a virtual format for next Thursday's contest, but because the president had seemingly bailed, they would book another format for the former vice president to take questions. And they did just that when, later in the day, ABC News announced they would be hosting a town hall with the former vice president. Now, I think this is still bad for Trump, but it was a rock and a hard place. Why didn't the commission ask Trump and Biden first to negotiate terms for a new debate? I think they're protecting Joe Biden. I know that's what Trump said, but it really does seem like that. A lot of people said that Joe Biden won. You know, all these polls come out. Some say that nobody won. Some say Trump won. It really does come down to the establishment's going to always claim Biden won or Kamala won. And then you're going to see Trump supporters, independent media saying Trump won or nobody won. I saw a lot of Trump supporters saying they did not like the job that Donald Trump did. However, Joe Biden interrupted first, and Donald Trump called him out in many circumstances. Trump missed his cues in many of these circumstances. It was not a good performance. Mike Pence, however, did an amazing job. Have more of that. Mike Pence walked all over Kamala's plans, well, lack thereof, and what she was saying. He just annihilated her. Vice President Biden looks forward to making his case to the American people about how to overcome this pandemic, restore American leadership and our alliances in the world, and bring the American people together. Biden campaign spokesman Andrew Bates said Friday in a statement, "It's shameful that Donald Trump ducked the only debate in which the voters get to ask the questions, but it's no surprise. Spare me, dude." The Trump campaign, in response to their candidate backing out of the debate, issued 3 statements on Thursday that slammed the commission, pushed the Biden campaign to agree to an in-person debate, and said they would be willing to push the October 15 debate back a week to October 22nd, and then move the third debate to October 29th, just days before the election. That makes the most sense. 100% that makes the most sense. More debates are better. Why wouldn't Joe Biden want more debates? Biden's campaign rejected the proposal. So this is the bias. This is what I cannot stand. The commission thinks that they can unilaterally say, we're not going to give you the opportunity to negotiate terms. We're going to do a virtual event because we said so. And Biden goes, works for me. Trump said, I didn't agree to those terms. Here's my proposal. We push it back a week. No. Biden says no. They're clearly in favor of Biden. So why won't the media say Joe Biden refuses to debate in person? Where's the CNN article about that? Why are they saying Donald Trump is refusing instead of saying Joe Biden is refusing? Trump didn't change the rules. This is the inherent bias. You get the point. They say Trump campaign has argued because the president's physician, Navy Commander Sean Conley, has cleared him for travel, the commission should move the debate to an in-person setting. Trump is now in talks to do a town hall with NBC on Thursday in lieu of the debate. As long as Trump gets to go on TV and Biden goes on TV, fine, but this is a stupid election cycle. I want to see Donald Trump and Joe Biden have a battle of ideas. I guess what you can call it. I want to see Joe Biden called out for his lies, and I do want to see Donald Trump called out as well. Donald Trump is far from perfect, and Joe Biden is as well. But I think Biden is a duplicitous establishment crony, and I don't like the guy. Trump barely gets a pass for me, to be completely honest. But these peace deals in the Middle East are they're grand slams, in my opinion. I got to say it because it's one of the most important things literally in the world. How stupid is it when we're seeing all of this like, well, Trump's Middle Eastern peace deals aren't that big a deal. No peace prize for him. This is just so dumb. One of the most important things the world has ever seen, Middle Eastern peace coming into focus. And they won't give Trump credit for that. That's why I think it's important for Trump to win, at least for now. You know what? All these people complaining about American social issues, don't care. Nah, I literally don't. Sorry. Trump signed historic peace agreements and is pulling the troops out of the Middle East and wants a drawdown for Christmas. I'll take it. It's more important than your whiny social issues. Literally people dying. I love how they're like, but what about our social issues where our people are dying? I don't know how many people have died in the United States because of your social issues. 13? That's bad. It really is. Black Lives Matter. I agree with you. 13. That's how many unarmed black men were shot and killed last year, according to the Washington Post's tracking of this. You know how many people have died in the Middle East because of the incursions? So I'm sorry, man. You got to take the win when you can take it. But take a look at this. This is where the weird starts popping and coming into focus. Third debate moderator Kristen Welker's Twitter account deactivated amid Steve Scully controversy. The C-SPAN host's Twitter account was also deactivated following the alleged hacking. Do they think we are stupid? Steve Scully, I was hacked. Were you now? Just for that one tweet to Anthony Scaramucci. The game is rigged, man. They will give Biden favorable terms. And if Trump says, here's my proposal, instead of negotiating, they'll say, nope, shut it down, cancel it. No for you, Trump, but we'll give Biden whatever he wants. That's ridiculous. The terms of the debate should be negotiated by both candidates. You don't just get Joe Biden to say, works for me. And then Trump gets his chance to say, how about we move it back a week? They've actually rejected more in-person debates. That they rejected them. They don't want it. Well, now a third, look at this. Kay Welker, NBC, the account doesn't exist. I actually have it pulled up. Look at this. It's gone. She deleted her account. I wonder what she was tweeting about that resulted in her deleting her Twitter. Deactivating. I know. I keep saying it. They say the Twitter account of NBC News correspondent and third presidential debate moderator Kristen Welker has been deactivated on Friday amid the tweeting controversy surrounding C-SPAN host Steve Scully. Hours after Scully's Twitter account was deleted following an alleged hack that took place on Thursday night, Welker's own account was no longer active. Fox News is told that Welker deactivated her own account and was not asked to by the Commission on Presidential Debates, according to an NBC source. Disqualify her now. New moderator now. I don't care what she was tweeting about. I don't. And reactivating the account won't be good enough because she may have already scrubbed everything. Get rid of her now. And I am not saying this to disrespect her. I am not trying to impugn her honor, but she just deactivated her account, and that raises red flags. Get a new debate moderator now. No wonder Donald Trump didn't want to do this virtual debate. The game is rigged. These people keep doing things like this. They don't want you to know what she was saying. Maybe she didn't say anything all that crazy. I got to be honest. I didn't find anything in the archives all that crazy. However, the archives only cover certain amounts of time and a certain number of tweets. And it's entirely possible she was saying pro-Clinton, pro-Biden, pro-Democrat stuff, and we'll never know. She disqualified herself, and the Trump administration should demand they switch moderators right now. Of course, then they'll say, no, we're canceling the debate. We're canceling the debate. Heaven forbid the cronies aren't allowed to cheat. Now, look, I don't know if this woman was cheating. I don't know if the debates are doing it cheating. And I'll tell you this. The way I mentioned, the way they frame questions, the questions they don't ask, it absolutely is biased. If you read conservative news outlets, you'll see a bunch of stories that don't appear in the mainstream media. And because of this, these stories will never be asked of Joe Biden. The easiest way to explain it is Donald Trump will be asked to denounce white supremacy, and they'll never ask Joe Biden to denounce Black Lives Matter or Antifa, because those are the extremists that have been rioting for 133 days. They'll then get an NBC journalist worked on the Clinton beat, delete their Twitter account, and it's okay. No, it's fine. They just covered something up. We don't know what. But you expect me to trust this now. Let me tell you, if you want the trust of the American people moving forward, then this is the wrong move. Well, let me show you what we have here. So this is Kristen Welker's account, and I have this archive. I don't know the exact date on this one because this one is in a language I'm not entirely familiar with. What is this Thai or no? It's not Thai. I have no idea. But anyway, this is the one that's being shared around where she talks about being on the Clinton press corps. Oh, okay. So this is just before the election in 2016. We can see November 3rd. I believe it's November 3rd. I think I actually have the English version of this. Well, here's September 16, 20. Let's just go back in time and look at what she was tweeting about. She says the room is not packed, but Hillary Clinton gets a huge applause. Covering Hillary Clinton, Secretary Clinton in Columbus. Clinton calls Puerto Rico to be treated fairly. Clinton. She was a member of the Clinton press corps. That means that during the Clinton campaign, she followed her around and reported on what she was doing. This is not inherently biased, or there's not anything wrong with that. But perhaps it was a bad choice to choose a former member of the Clinton press corps. And maybe you should have chosen someone else. That could be the real issue. Because even though she's not doing, I can't see any tweets from her for the most part that in any way are, wrong or bad or improper. She seems just be covering Clinton. Some people have highlighted quotes from other politicians she was tweeting as though they were close quotes from her. That's not fair either. But I think you would see conservatives say, no. You know why? She clearly had access to Clinton. She clearly had access to Clinton's people. This is a bias issue. What if someone gave her a present and then she feels guilty about calling? What if Joe Biden was there? Probably at some point. She probably met Joe Biden, talked to them, had a lovely exchange. And while that's not inherently bad, she was working on covering the Democrats. And that may be the bias that many people are concerned about. What you need to understand about bias is it's not even so much about wanting them to win. Look at it this way. Steve Scully, the guy who was supposed to moderate the second debate, now the whole thing's canceled. Maybe that's the right choice considering dude was full of it. He interned for Joe Biden. Are you kidding me? This thing is so dirty. They took a Biden intern and asked him. Listen, could you imagine him sitting there? Tonight's debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump here on C-SPAN. I'd like to open by saying, Joe Biden, thank you for helping launch my career. I'm now a C-SPAN host moderating a presidential debate, and it's all thanks to you. Donald Trump, you're orange. Look, even if he didn't say anything bad about Trump, the fact that he owes someone a favor or would be respectful or grateful to the opportunities granted to him as an intern is a problem. The same is true for this woman as someone who covered the Clinton press corps. Now, maybe a lot of people are going to say, what's the big deal? We need neutral moderators. We need people who aren't on the beat with Clinton doing these, moderating these debates. And so we look, I pulled up a bunch of her archives, even into 2020, and it really is innocuous. There's not a whole lot there. Today's show says presumptive presidential nominee Joe Biden's choice of running mate could be revealed at any time. Kay Welker NBC has more of the top contenders, including Kamala Harris, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and former Ambassador Susan Rice. It's really tame stuff that you'd expect from a run-of-the-mill journalist. But the bigger problem is that she deleted her account. I can't see all of the tweets she made. So I honestly have no idea. She's won some award for women in journalism. I honestly have no idea. Maybe she said a bunch of disparaging things. We'll never know. Let me tell you why Donald Trump needs a debate for clips like this. From the Hill, Joe Biden. President Trump will be the first president in modern history since Hoover to leave office with fewer jobs than he had when he came into office. You kidding me, dude? Is this a joke? Wow. I hope you all tell this to your friends and your family. Okay, Joe Biden is tricking you. He is trying to deceive you. Donald Trump may be the first president in modern history to leave with less jobs because Democrat governors shut down the economy. That's it. And that's what I really can't stand about Mike Pence. Talk about an idiot. Mike Pence tweeted, Trump shut down the economy, and then deleted the tweet. And then during the debates, he said the Trump's move to shut the economy down. He didn't. It was the Democrats. The Democrats, it was Cuomo and Murphy and Wolf and Whitmer. They shut the economy down, killing thousands, hundreds of thousands of jobs. That wasn't Trump. Trump had record low unemployment across the board. The best numbers of our lives, says Joe Kramer. Joe Biden is a duplicitous establishment crony. You know what? I would rather see Donald Trump spit and yowl and throw out every single, profane comment or profanity, whatever, if it means we don't have these people like Biden, 47-year career politicians who did nothing, who are literally the systemic racism you claim to oppose. This guy, 47 years. He was in office creating the laws you claim are bad, and you're going to vote for the guy? Oh, please. Donald Trump wasn't. So you know what? I'll take the bull in the ivory tower over this guy any day. But let's be honest. Joe Biden is a warmonger presidential candidate. Hillary Clinton was too. I am sick of the faux anti-war left. I am sick of the anti-war progressives being like, well, these peace deals don't really mean anything. When Donald Trump crossed the DMZ, the demilitarized zone, into North Korea with Kim Jong with no security, my jaw hit the floor. And what do we see? Trump loves dictators. Shut your mouth. Donald Trump crossed into North Korea with no security other than the might of the American military, but not directly. They could have snatched him up. They do it to South Korean soldiers on the border. Trump has tried to bring about peace, and I respect that. And for me, everything else is, I don't know, just the most important thing, in my opinion, right now is the world, like the entirety of the world. And, there's a lot of people who are voting for Trump because he's America first. I got to be honest. That's not me. That's absolutely not me. I do think it's absurd that American citizens aren't taking care of each other because of our policies the politicians have where they want to send taxpayer dollars to foreign countries. But I actually like the idea that we can offer up assistance and aid and help around the world because we're a well-off nation. My issue with Joe Biden and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton was the wars. I've been to some of these countries. I've been on the ground. I have met many of these people. I have seen the refugee crisis firsthand. I went to to Greece. I went to Athens. I went to the islands. I went to Moria, the refugee camp, and I talked to many of these people. And what I learned from a lot of them? It's the wars that are causing the problem. So much of this. I'm not going to be as crazy as many of these activists to claim that my issue is literally the most important issue. For you, it may be your job, first and foremost, your safety and your security. And I respect that. For me, when I see a president doing his best to wind down the wars, I'm like, that's going to help alleviate a lot of the problems of the refugee crisis, straight up. And that's something that a lot of people are concerned about, even the left. How do you help these people who are crossing these boats? Well, you end the conflict and you teach people to fish. Donald Trump is trying to do that. Joe Biden will not do that. I am absolutely worried about a Joe Biden presidency because he's going to go bomb kids again. And it's shocking to me. I talk to people and they're like, I don't know what you mean by Barack Obama was killing kids. They called him Obama because the drone strikes. Trump increased drone strikes. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. And in the first couple of years, I was dragging him over and over saying, nope, this is exactly why I don't want to vote for the guy. Then he fired Bolton. Now he's pulling our troops back. I will take what I can get from my president. That's it. That's about the best I can say. The peace deals are huge. Withdrawing from the Middle East is massive. And maybe we can do something to end this refugee crisis. Among other issues, I think the world matters. And I think Joe Biden has nothing but disdain for most people, and he wants the keys to the castle. What has he accomplished in his 47 years? I don't know. Racist policies the left claims to hate, but we'll vote for him anyway? I'm sick of it, man. I didn't vote in 2016. I'm one of these independents who thought the system was stupid and the politicians were bad. Now we're seeing, because of apathy like that and because of a fractured political system, the rise of this leftist cult of intersectionality, conflict and crisis, a left that will not speak out against war. And you have these progressive leftists, I know many of these anti-war individuals, that are dragging Trump, helping Joe Biden, and it makes literally no sense. By all means, vote for Joe Jorgensen. Ken Bone, remember that guy? That's what he said he's going to do. My respect. If you want to vote for Joe Jorgensen, always vote for who you believe in, and your vote will never be wasted. But vote for someone who you actually believe in, not because you don't like the orange man. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.